Hello.
Hello, guys.
How's it going? All right, we are live on YouTube. Okay, got a bit of post-dinner background noise here. How's it going? All right, we are live on YouTube.
It's working, as I heard here from your computer.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for Alessio to join us.
Mm-hmm. We're representing Tachyon today.
Gab wants me to make him not a presenter. So I will change him back to an attendee.
All right. Don't worry, Gab.
I'll let you talk though, in case you want to. Hey, there's Alessio. All right. Alessio, you want to get it kicked off here?
Hello, hello. Okay, I was on mute. Like I think something changed into this new web binary thing because it was asking for the email right now and completely muted me since the very beginning. All right, guys, how we are all doing? I hope fine. Today, let's see, we have. Hey, Ivan, what's up? How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm gonna share my screen. There you go. So guys, let's start. Hi everyone, my name is Alessio Del Monti and this is the 8th PieDAO community call. Today is May the 8th, so let's start. So today is going to be pretty much of a short community call specifically for the reason that I have to jump into this Ethereum Summit talk. By the way, guys, if you want to join, I think I should be live at 10:30 UTC. So if you want to do things, I'm going to share the link on the Discord channel as usual, so you can tune in. I'm obviously going to talk PieDAO, sharing the vision for building a token to rule them all. So go and check it out. In terms of the agenda, we finally have got like the final review of the smart contract audit. You might have seen that either on Twitter or through the Discord channel. And Mick is gonna walk us through like the changes which has been made, like and exactly what we've been working on to make that happen. And then after that, quick update on BTC++, like and a quick introduction on the Circuit Breaker bot project. And as usual, I want to remind that we have our POAP initiative going on. So if feel free like to I think today is Dan distributing the POAP tokens. So reach out to Dan. He's gonna send you a link so you can claim your own POAP token for the community call number 8. It's pretty nice, this one. I really like it. Okay, guys, so without any further ado, I will pass the mic to Mick to chat about the smart contract audit. I think you are on mute, Mick.
Yeah, cool. I'm here now. I'll share my screen. Am I sharing the right one, like this one,
Yes.
or am I sharing Discord? Yeah, cool. So we have it on our docs page now. Like the final audit report is in, which is great. Like I first want to say there are like no major issues, so no reason to actually upgrade anything or change anything. So that's awesome. But we did do something with their feedback, which we can see here. So we have now. This is like the basic audit report, but I might go over some issues that have arisen. Like there was some medium risk, like 2 of them, at least they quantified them as medium risk, some low risk, and some informational stuff, and everything has been resolved. So that's great. So there's no unresolved things open. And the main thing I actually worked on was here is the possibility of a denial of service. And denial of service means that you deny someone's service by triggering something on the outside, most of the cases, which could happen in the case that one of the tokens becomes intransferable, like was the case for a little bit with IMBTC. It became transferable after again, but the thing is, like, we have now 4 tokens in BTC++, but if one of them becomes frozen in the old design without an upgrade, you could not get your other 3 tokens out. So we've added a function in there which allows you to exit the pool taking losses. So you can say, I don't want this token, like leave that one in there because for some reason something might happen that you actually need it. And other than that, there was some low risk / informational. I removed the function here because we did not actually use it. And what else? There's like some about the control parameters, which is important to note. Like we can set them to 0 if we decide to completely let go of control of the pools, which we would not decide in the near future, but some roles we might 0 them out if we want to. So it's more like comments on the contracts, which could be better handled. But other than that, like there were no serious issues. There were some comments on medium risks, and other than that, it's only informational. Like I can go over the entire thing, but it's not that fun to read. So I think if you want to see it, you can go to docs.PieDAO.org, or if you have any questions about it, you can always ask them to me, of course. So all in all, like in summary, like the audit was great. Final results are in. All questions that were there were answered sufficiently. So I'm very comfortable with BTC++ at this moment.
That's very cool. Yeah, I think really like the takeaways of this is, well, it's been like a great outing experience just in general, and everything worked out to be okay, which I'm quite happy about. I think that this is also like one of the other major differentiation points that we have been seeing, compared to, to standard final pool, like compared in balancer, right? Like right now, if you have a finalized pool and one of those assets, gets frozen for some reason, or like it happened for IMBTC for a little bit, then things can become very tricky. But then in PieDAO pools that, we have security measures in order for that to not cause a major issue. Like at least it's still not the ideal situation, but at least there are security measures to actually.
Ideally, we don't want anything to go wrong, right? Or any of the assets to have issues. But if there are issues, like you need to minimize those risks, which we do by circuit breakers, which we'll then tell about a bit later, or by 100%. Actually letting you taking out the other assets without, like if one asset is not working anymore, like your other assets should not be lost, right? Like if you put money in Uniswap and the token, like it's a token and Ether, and the token fails, your Ether is also lost. So you double the loss without any good reason to do so. So that's
Yeah.
great that we don't have those issues. Like, of
No,
course, we
I
don't
think,
have anything.
I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
And that's like another differentiation point, like between, like, you know, we're introducing a lot of this security mechanism, like over there, between possibility, upgradability, like making sure proxy contract and all this kind of stuff. And I think it's really taking a, you know, great way of differentiation. So guys, like if you have any specific question, you will find the audit on docs.piedao.org. And obviously you can always feel free to reach out on our Discord channel or into the forum.piedao.org to make specific question. Thank you, Mick, for this short update. And we actually have another, talking about circuit breaker, we actually have another small initiative. But before we go there, guys, have you seen that we have almost reached 500,000 into BTC++? That's pretty cool and pretty impressive. Like I'm very happy with the result. Hopefully we're gonna cross that milestone anytime in the next days. And in that regard, I know some people were debating about liquidity, especially on Uniswap and Balancer. So I've been working, this is still a work in progress. I know Miguel was working on another Analytics dashboard. Like I am not sure what happened with the one with Miguel, but like, I can see that it's kind of frozen for some reason. So maybe some of the queries have to be updated. I'm not sure, like it doesn't really update today. But if you're interested in specifically about liquidity into DEXs, I'm now working on this dashboard, which will keep track of the Uniswap market and also the Balancer market. It's still a work in progress, but you can also see what are their sources of liquidity, since Balancer, I think, has 2 pools at the moment using BTC++. So if you want to use that, check it out. I'm gonna add it into the chat, and then we can all work together to make this work. I think that would be very useful.
It's quite cool, the dashboard. I did not see that one before. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I think it's good to like kind of have like a very great understanding of how the liquidity is flowing, especially in decentralized exchanges. I know right now a number of we had like an aggregator working with BTC++. I think the top one was the last one, and I don't know if we shared that last week, but we now also have a fiat on-ramp solution.
Oh, we lost you there.
Yeah, like if you want to jump into BTC++ from fiat, you can now do that. I think from INR, GBP, and even euros from transact.com. I'm gonna share that link. But while I share the link, I'm gonna leave the word to Dan.
Okay, so you guys have probably heard us mention circuit breakers a couple of times, and we do have the functionality built into the contract to allow for circuit breaking. But now what we've been doing is starting to build a bot that will automate some of that functionality. So at the moment, when we see something go really, really, really wrong, we have a multi-sig wallet that any of the 3 of us, Mick, Alessio, and I, can trip a pre-signed transaction to initiate the security features. And we will be passing that off to the DAO as soon as we feel comfortable that everything is fully functioning and automated. So what we've been working on in the last week is understanding what is happening to the supply of the underlying assets and happening to the pool itself. So we now have this nice little BTC++ monitor in Discord that we're watching privately that shows how much of a change is happening with the underlying assets in the pool. We can see when they have a slight balance shift. We can see when someone mints or redeems. I think we had a minting event earlier today. I'll see if I can scroll up to where that happened. But as there are small trades within the pool, we also see that. And we're trying to get a baseline right at the moment. Here's the big mint of earlier today. Trying to get a baseline at the moment of how much these underlying tokens are changing, so that we can say anything outside of maybe 5 or 10 or 20% is unexpected and we should just automatically trip the circuit breaker. We want to strike a balance between setting that too aggressive so that it's constantly tripping, and setting it too loose so that if something major happens, we don't catch it. So we didn't want to go full automated right out of the gate. We wanted to sort of see how everything is working. We can see WBTC here minted almost 5% additional supply. I know we saw an earlier moment where we've seen a couple of large shifts in the synthetic supply. We've seen +9, -13. All sorts of fun things like that. So we're thinking at the moment it's probably going to be in the 15 to 20% range where the circuit breaker will trip automatically. But we're going to watch this manually for about a week. Obviously 20% here would have been too low. So we might need to do this on a per token basis as well. So we're just trying to get a good feel for what this looks like. And after we have this, these thresholds in place, we're going to hook them up to a pager duty alert, which actually will wake us up in the middle of the night if something goes wrong. And if we're being woken up too often, we know that that is probably not appropriate for an automatic shutoff. And then hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will be fully automating the shutoff procedures for these tokens, the trade being the biggest thing that we want to make sure turns off in the event of some sort of major shift in token balance. If anyone has any interesting ideas about metrics that we can monitor that might indicate some sort of problem with the underlying system, all ears, would love to hear about it in Discord. This bot is built in a modular way, so we can add additional strategies on top of it as we see things happening that shouldn't be happening. We also will always have a Discord version and then like a top level threshold where the automatic shutoffs will happen. So if you guys are interested in being included and seeing this data as it comes in, happy to add you. We didn't make it public right away because it is pretty chatty. You can see it's tripping off every 20 minutes or so here. So we didn't want to just spam the ever-living crap out of the entire community. But if you do want to actually see what's going on, I'd be happy to add you to the channel. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think eventually we're gonna definitely end up into a situation where we're gonna do that through kind of a per token basis. Yeah, Ivan wants to be spammed. You want to monitor, like, no surprise. So I think really some of these projects, especially the synthetic one, has some nuances that we need to consider, because like eventually for the way they manage debt, like it's not gonna be unlikely or like uncommon to see this major shift of like 30 to 40% going from SBTC to SEF or whatever synth. So eventually, like finding out the right numbers will be interesting. But I'm very excited about these automation steps through the triggering of the circuit breaker. All right, pretty cool. That's very nice. So I think it's pretty much all we have for today. We wanted to give like a small update. Unfortunately, I have to jump reasonably quick. You guys can obviously feel free to keep hanging out over here. I will share, like, if you guys didn't see it just yet, at the Real Summit is being streamed on YouTube. So it should be very much accessible for the vast majority of people. I also been doing, I did like a small other talk recently. I don't know if you guys had the time to check it out, but if you want, you will find it, I think, somewhere in the Discord channel or on my Twitter feed. And that's exactly where I speak about the case of DAOs managing the DeFi protocols. I think it's been an interesting discussion. If you want to check it out, let me know what you think. That being said, I will post again the link for like the future talk. I think 8:15 CT or 10:30, yeah, 10:15 UTC. And that's it for today. Do we have anything else to share? POAP, please. I think Gabriel is asking for some POAP token. You gotta get those POAP tokens.
I'm pretty sure you already got a DM there with your link. Yep, definitely. Scroll up in the chat. And anyone who doesn't have a POAP token yet, scroll up in your chat. I see actually Nicola and Barada just joined, so I will go ahead and send you guys a token as well.
Nice, nice. By the way, this will be the YouTube link for tuning into the Real Summit. I think it's been a very interesting conference so far.
All right, you guys should both have token links now as well.
I think someone is raising his hand. Can we give the mic to Ivan? I think he's raised hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead, Ivan.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
Just wanted to inform you. Yeah, well, yesterday we had some pretty good things happening here in Croatia. So our regulatory body, they approved one fund to be to go live. So pretty much in the next few days, we're going to have a regulated fund that trades a passive strategy fund that is going to be backed by Bitcoin. And this is something that is that I've been also working on with these guys. And they're getting pretty interested in what I'm describing, what we are here in PieDAO are working. So maybe they will be some of the investors in the next round for the PieDAO. But having the licensed fund that trades Bitcoin, and now the next fund they're going to establish an Ethereum fund as well. This is something maybe that could be interesting for both of the sides, because this is European Union regulated fund. It's an alternative fund, so any professional investors in the Europe can make investments in these funds from the regulated markets. Yeah, this is
That's very cool.
Is this
cool.
a publicly traded fund, or is it like a fund where you just put your money in and get your money out? Or is the fund itself traded or not?
No,
Like
it's a passive fund. So basically anyone who has more than 400,000 kunas, or that's approximately 50,000 euros, you can invest a little bit more, 55,000 euros. You can invest in it, and then they buy Bitcoin for you, and then they hold Bitcoin for you. What is the best thing that happened is that their custodian is a bank that is owned by the state.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
they are the custodians. The solution for custodian is from the town called Osijek. It's here in Croatia as well. So they provided the solution for the multi-signature wallet. And the fund is going to be live, I think, in the next month or something like that. So yesterday at the meeting, the regulation institution gave them green light to go live. So this is pretty big for our country.
Very, very cool. I'm actually really impressed that Croatia decided to do that. When I was there a year ago, they didn't even really have co-working spaces outside of Zagreb. So,
yeah.
Well,
cool. Yeah, it's interesting when you're local here, then you can understand, then you can see how many things happening here. For example, as I said, Split, Osijek, Zagreb, we're all in the very big crypto communities popping out. I know Dan, you've been in Rijeka, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there a few times, but I never looked for co-working spaces or something like that. Here in Zagreb, we have so many of them, so we use them most of the time. So yeah, I think big things are happening here. We have full support from the regulation institution. But again, on the other side, the National Bank is upon this projects and everything. So right now, yesterday also they closed one of the brokerage houses from Croatia that trades with cryptocurrencies. They closed their bank account. Luckily, they have other banks here supporting them. But yeah, this is something that our national bank does here.
Yeah, well, I'd love to meet up with you and the other crypto community members in Zagreb once all of this quarantine stuff lifts and I make it back down there. We're kind of hoping, we think spring is probably not happening, but we're kind of hoping to be able to come for a month or so in the fall.
Yeah, whenever you're here or in Rijeka, I have an hour and a half ride to Rijeka. So whenever you're here, just send me a message and we'll definitely meet.
Very cool. We have family in Zagreb and Split, so we'll definitely be down in that area.
Yeah, great.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Thank you very much for joining. Feel free to stay, but I've gotta go. Thank you very much, everyone, for sharing the updates. I think there is kind of the feeling to try to maybe propose a new time and a new day as we approach summer, something which is maybe a little bit more friendly than Friday evening. I think we're going to debate that into the Discord channel. So feel free to kind of signal what is your availability within the week. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I'll talk to you very soon.
Have a nice weekend,
guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.